Hey, welcome to Rugby 100 Club. I'm Matt Courtwright, and I'm here with Devin Short.
Hello. How are
we? We're not going to do formal. We're not going to be formal at all on this one. Devin and I have known each other for, well, I guess it's been a little over a year. In all sincerity, I mean, we kind of known each other.
I lived here.
Yeah, it's what I was saying. Like, I'm thinking, like,
24,
fucking live together. Like weird, yeah. But yeah. So like, we don't hide shit from each other. Like,
not at all.
We're the guys that are like, yeah, I'm walking around. It's laundry day. Shit like that.
Where do you want me to put your clothes?
yeah. It could be either one of us asking that question, in all sincerity. So, stupid. We just showed off the some projects around here that have been done since you moved out. Like, I don't know, matching washer and dryer.
Dang,
Dude, it took me 49 years to get matching washer. The shit we talk about, in all sincerity. Yeah. That has nothing to do with rugby.
Yeah, your gazebo's looking good.
Oh, yeah. Thanks for that, dude. Like,
that was a good little project you got.
Bro, yeah, like that. It has 5 sections, and it has those flaps. Every one of those flaps has 9 screws in it, times 10, times 5. Dude,
put you to work.
Really, dude? Like, I was like, man, I'm glad my dexterity's working again, because I was, and I didn't do it in front of anybody. I didn't ask anybody to help because I knew I'd foul up. My mouth. Like, I just get pissy and lose my temper.
No, it's all good. You got to do it the way you want to do it.
Facts.
Yeah,
Facts.
It looks really good back there right now.
Thank you, man. Appreciate that. Hard work. Yeah. Good stuff. So how you been feeling since the season obviously ended on a high for the most part. It was a winning season again. You're on a winning team again.
Yeah.
What are you doing now? What are you up to? Like, I'm going to act like I don't know.
Yeah, so we ended the season pretty well. Made it to the conference semifinals.
Yep.
It was good season. It was disappointing we didn't make it further. Of course we were going for the championship like we did in 24, but it is what it is. And we ended on a high. All the guys are great, but the state of the league right now and kind of how everything's evolving, kind of stuff like this. I'm actually stepping away from rugby. I'm going to be retiring.
Which, like, just when you told me that, I was like,
I'm still trying to.
Did everybody just suck the air out of the room? What the just happened, bro?
Yeah, for sure. I'm definitely trying to wrap my head around it still.
Honestly.
But just kind of, it's one of those things you kind of see your self-worth and like understand what you're doing and like what you're doing to your body, and like, is it worth staying in it for what you've been doing it for? I've been playing for the love of rugby, not for the money or anything like that, for 8 years, and body's taking a bit of a beating, and just to kind of see, like, take a back step, kind of, it's tough. I'm still trying to wrap my head around it. Still doesn't really feel real. Still feels like I should be getting ready for the season, but I think it's what's best for me, kind of for my body, for my future, kind of for whatever's the next step, just because I can't keep doing this to really have nothing to show for it after the fact. I made a lot of great memories, loved every second of it, but just kind of that time to take that step. And
I know that was a hard decision for you.
Yeah,
because
I battled with it for probably about 2 weeks, 3 weeks. Clarkey was riding me, trying to get me to sign.
I like hearing that, because I'm a big Clarkey fan, to say the least, and I it's taken a long time to get here, but it's good to hear that he was bugging you to, like, hey, you sure? Hey, you sure? Kind of thing.
Yeah,
like,
he was definitely pushing me. He definitely backs me as a player. There was a lot of
that's huge.
Yeah, good things that they're talking about doing preseason overseas somewhere and stuff like that, which would have been awesome.
Like the other side of the world. I know it's official. It's happening. I found out today.
That's awesome.
So but of course I don't want to tell anybody, because they need to let you know through social media on their time.
100%. We're no whistleblowers around here. But keep a lookout.
No. We don't call names out. We just say, hey, that asshole. And you're like, yeah, I know that guy.
So he was pushing me. He wanted me to stay, of course. And of course the ego and the competitor and all of that part of me wants to stay in it.
Low key killer in you, bro.
Yeah. It's what I've done. I went pro at 19. 50 games at 21, or the 21st player to make it to 50 games. You know what I mean? Like, all this stuff. you know, I have a lot of stuff
Absolutely.
I have a lot of stuff to be proud of, but like right now is kind of that weird transition, you know, where I know that I'm done, even though I feel like I still have more to give.
Mhm.
Just what's best for me, my life, my future, like my future self, my future family. Like
Yeah.
right now, like rugby's not helping me with any of that. And it's a tough pill to swallow, but it's a pill that I have to choke down just because I know I'll be better off for it.
Yeah.
But it's just, yeah, it's tough.
No, I hear you working through it as you're telling me the story too.
My entire adult life has been rugby.
Yeah, it really
My
has.
entire adult life. Like since I was 19, I've been nothing but a rugby player.
You've been, yeah, you've been a nomad, bro.
I have.
And like, not just a nomad, guys. Like he's owned being a nomad. Like he's gone across the country how many times?
Oh yeah, I mean, moving from San Diego to New Orleans and then just driving back and forth to visit family. You know, I've driven across
in Vegas and everything.
You know, 6-7 times. You know, just me and my pup, me and Ray Ray.
Yeah, which Ray, by the way, is right down here.
Yeah, it's been cool. I was going through my photos the other night just because I had to make like a little like folder to send in to some people. And
I love the code we have to say. I love it. No, keep riding. And, I think I have an idea what these people were. Yeah, exactly.
For sure. And just kind of just like going over my life and just kind of seeing how it's kind of progressed and kind of gone, and like,
wow, it's
been really cool. I've lived a really, really cool life, and I'm super grateful for it. So it's just like, I don't want it to end. I don't want it to. Like,
it's another chapter. It don't end.
Yeah, it's like it's just trying to figure out what that next chapter is. Kind of figuring out what I want to do. You know, I'm deciding. I've applied for the fire department out here in Seattle. I love Seattle. I love the Pacific Northwest. I want to stay here. I want to establish here.
Which, by the way, I'm so happy to hear that. But
yeah,
honestly,
I've made a lot of really great friends like yourself. You know, people who become family.
And Mel and Ian,
you know, Jared,
and which are no rugby people, by the way. Like these are all people he's made friends with outside of rugby,
and that's something I've never done ever in my entire life.
I didn't realize that.
Yeah, I've always been kind of a lone wolf. Never really had my own friends. Never really had like my own like community and tribe other than like my family. You know.
Yeah.
And out here, I've just been welcomed. You know, by yourself, by, you know, Melly, Ian, Jared, you know, all these other friends that I've made outside of rugby, and it just feels good. I love the Pacific Northwest just for the nature and the views and, you know, the lakes and the rivers and the hiking. And,
you just don't run out of anything to do.
The music scene here is unreal. Like I've really started to get involved in the music and like all of that stuff. The food is amazing. So it's just somewhere I could see myself being. So I love the community, and, you know, that's why I've kind of decided to go fire department. It'll establish me. It's a good career, you know. I get to serve the community, kind of like contribute to the community that I want to be involved in. So that's the next step that I'm kind of, you know, pushing towards. It's a hard step. It's a long process. So I'm just, you know, trying to take, you know, it day by day and trying to figure out how to get into that, but that's kind of what I want to do.
Currently, Mr. Pornstash is bartending, and he fits the MO, does he not?
I'm working as a bartender at the Roanoke Inn, you know, best bar on Mercer Island, one of the best bars in Seattle, I feel like, you know.
Dude, it's one of the nicest areas of Western Washington, let alone the Seattle area.
100%, yeah. And we have a lot of regulars who come in. Everyone who works there is amazing. It's been fun. You know, bartending is something I've always kind of wanted to do. It's something I've always wanted to try, but I've never actually done it. So now they're giving me the opportunity. And, you know, Ollie, he's a great dude. He's a Seawolf guy through and through. He loves the team. You know, we would go in there and get food and drinks all the time. So when I kind of told him I was thinking about retiring and kind of needed a job to kind of really start to get on my feet, he drop of a hat was like, "You're hired. Like, we got you. Your family now."
Wonderful.
Like, yeah. So it's another thing about the Pacific Northwest is just I've realized is like, yeah, there's really good people. You just have to find them, and
not everybody does the cold shoulder.
Yeah,
right.
100%. So working as a bartender server at the Roanoke Inn, it's a great time. Come say hi.
So he's not in rugby anymore. You're not in rugby anymore, and now we can actually talk about some stuff that you no longer have to feel like you have to keep your mouth shut. I mean, granted, we're not going to just go like, you know, crazy. But Devin is a unique personality. Okay, so like I'm gonna say it so he doesn't have to, right? Like he is a social butterfly. Okay, he goes to his own drum. He's kind, so it's not like his drum is weird. But for you not to do rugby is definitely, I'm still processing. I think I know you are, but like holy Moses. But you know, like you've been given back this whole time. So another thing I want to point out is like I'm busted up selfishly for many reasons. All right. Obviously, because I enjoyed watching you play and we became mates and all that jazz, right? So that obviously selfishly, you know, that's how I feel. But um knowing how your relationships were on other teams and how you didn't always fit in with the group, as you mentioned a moment ago, and how I know the stories, but I'm not going to try and tell your stories in the sense of it all. But like, there's you know, there's a lot of testosterone in the locker room. Let's put it that way. And you have the ability, which a lot of people don't have, is you have a switch, so you can turn it off and turn it on. And I think of like somebody like you, which is a flanker, which really is just like low key an assassin. I mean, that's how I see it, anyways. Because you're like, I'm watching you. It's my turn. I'm getting you. You know, like, you got this switch, and not everybody does in the locker room, right? And this is normal. Like, I think of law enforcement, and I think of correction officers when I think of like this testosterone build. And if you know any people like that, you're going to understand what I mean. But like, you have to have that edge to you, right? As a professional athlete. Mm-hmm. And then for you to have the ability to know when to turn it on and when to turn it off in itself is huge. And I know rugby, we talk about how that is so like normal, but it's not always, because you and I both know like there's some guys that just are more approachable than others. Let's put it that way. And as I love to get everybody pumped up, right? Like I'm the guy in the crowd just getting after it, right? Like in all over the country, literally. And so for like, you would come to the events and partake and meet the fans and interact with the fans. You know, everybody got to know Devin at the championship that was in San Diego because he came to the fan fest the night before the game. Now, I don't know if that was okay with coach, but like, he's a grown ass man. So like, you don't have to worry about that. If he's doing everything right. I mean, I know you don't want to hear that, Clarky, but like he never stepped out of line. He didn't drink. He was disciplined. Like there was nothing to be worried about.
That's just something I've always wanted to do in my career, was to interact and to, you know, give back to the people who are coming to support us. Like, yeah. I think that's just rugby. You know, that's just a part of the culture, and it's a part of, you know, who I am as a person. You know, I would, anytime there was an opportunity to come out and like interact with the fans, like a lot of people, you know, didn't like to do that kind of stuff, but I was always one of the people who would volunteer, because I think it's important to give back to the people who are given to us. Yeah. You know, and I loved it. I love interacting with the fans, love hearing their excitement, loved hearing the, you know, support that they were giving and kind of stuff like that. Cause that's, you know, what picked me up and kind of gave me a little bit of fuel to like, oh, I'm gonna go out and I'm gonna, you know, do my thing. Yeah. You know, and in doing that, I've created great relationships across every team I've played for, the fan base. Yeah. And just like made friends and kind of all that stuff. It's one of the things that brought me happiness in my career.
Love it. And I appreciate you very much. You've always given back. And of course, I'm not the only one you've given back to. Like Olivia running media and such, you know, like she worked you like a dog and you smiled and just did it. And
I'm a workhorse.
Yeah, you really are. You always have.
Your
been.
buddy's
so, like Mr. Hollywood.
Yeah.
Which I kind of called you Hollywood before you even got the moment too, and it's funny.
You've been calling me Hollywood since I got
here. There's another name that we won't say on here that I called him originally. Like we'll leave that alone. Like, bro, you know, he'd come along as a, yeah, and he's like, yeah, I know, I've heard that. Like,
it is what it is.
But I love it because you're not that person. That's
Not
the
at all.
funny reality of it all.
Never judge a book by its cover.
No. Matter of fact, we're in Seattle, and Devin had come late into the season because he had an illness prior to, which was an autoimmune situation. And he had known that I'd had an autoimmune situation. And so Devin, he didn't have the blonde hair. Like, we're also used to him having these frosty tips, or, green or whatever it comes as. And
My Little Pony.
yeah. I appreciate that. So I'm always busting him. Yeah. 2 or 3 seasons at San Diego.
Had 3 seasons at San Diego.
I mean, who doesn't want to leave San Diego?
19 to 21.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, 19. It's 2021. So you turned 21 in San Diego.
Turned 21 in San Diego.
That doesn't mean you didn't go out prior to that, but like at least he legally got to go out.
I am actually a saint. I didn't ever drink before I was 21.
Wow, I love that.
Hot take.
We'll leave it at that. You believe him, right? Yeah, I did too.
I don't believe myself.
Man, I can only imagine. Like, I'm thinking PB. Oh, yeah. I'm thinking, yeah. Like, there's so much. I absolutely love San Diego personally. So like, I do too. I know they were supposed to be our rivals all the time, but like, they're the best frenemies I've ever made out of that group. Like,
I loved San Diego, man. San Diego was one of the places like I maybe didn't always get along with the guys just because, I was a boy with men, I was 19. I was playing rugby maybe a year and a half, and I was just a young gun. They used to call me test tube baby because I was just
to your face even.
No, 100%.
Wow.
Gil Covey started that. Yeah, he's a crack up, man. They would call me.
What a jerk!
Sounds like something. Test you, baby, because they were like, "You're just a freak. Like, you're 19. You're playing." I think the closest guy to me was 24. So I was just a kid.
How old was Cece? Because Cece was with you, right?
Yeah, Cece. He came. I think
because Cece is older than you. Now you point that
he's
out.
20. I think he was 20. No, he was like 21.
Okay.
I think at the time.
Okay.
But it was like me and him, and then everyone else was older. That's kind of why we got along so well. We were always hanging out.
Yeah. He's such an easy.
I haven't really talked to him much.
Thank you, because I was going to ask, bro, I haven't heard from him since. Where did he go? He went to Chicago, wasn't it? He was in Chicago last time we were chatting it up with him, and I was like, dude, are you still living in Kent? What's going on?
Yeah, I definitely need to reach out and see how he's doing.
Yeah, check the pulse on him.
Yeah,
because he's become like quite the introvert since the last child is what I've noticed, and it sounds like it's a good idea because he'd get ham, if you will, when you go out and about and party with the boys. I've heard from him he didn't feel like he represented himself the right way at times.
He used to drink and go out when we were in San Diego and stuff, but I don't know how he really was in Houston. But I mean, at least here, he never really came out either. He never really drank,
Danny Barrett had stories about him in Houston. Yeah. I'll leave it at that. I'll let Danny and Cece tell those stories. But glad Danny's a big boy to help out the situation because crazy and chaos going hand in hand in those situations at times. And
you're just a product of your environment. Cece grew up in a place that probably wasn't the best area, and he just he's a man full of pride, and he doesn't like disrespect, and that's 100. One of the things I respect the most about him. And I understand that, but he's definitely done a lot of growth and work to be a better man. Since he's become a father, I've definitely seen the shift in him as well. Like he's still him. He still jokes and laughs and will be one of the boys, but he's definitely a lot more reserved and kind of does his own thing.
Yeah, and he's a tender human. Like he really is.
He really is. He really, really is.
He turns it up when he needs to turn it up, and he knows when and how.
100%.
Love it.
I think you'll get that from a lot of rugby players, but then there's some guys who don't. You know what I mean?
Yeah. We'll leave them anonymous because we don't fuck with them anyway.
I mean, it just comes with the territory. You know what I mean? Some people have that switch to where you can do both, and some people don't. And that's just kind of comes with the territory.
We were talking about that earlier. Yeah, totally.
But I've always kind of taken pride in my ability to do that. Because I don't like conflict. I don't like to fight. I don't like to, argue. I'm a de-escalator. I'll always try to, talk and de-escalate things before they need to escalate because there's no room or space for that. That's draining energy that, you could use elsewhere.
Yeah.
Why be negative and why fight and why do all that stuff when you can just be a good human, be a good person, and bring light to a situation rather than, escalate it to cause harm. There's no reason for that.
Yeah.
And that's something I've always prided myself in, and
you execute it
still,
like no BS, because like we've been out a few times and I've got to witness. I'm gonna mute my phone because I'm an idiot and I didn't.
I remember my first podcast.
Yeah, same. Yeah. When I grew up, I want to know better. See, he takes digs. I freaking love him. Like, what led to you going from San Diego to New Orleans, or NOLA, as they say?
NOLA,
right?
Nolans.
Right, Falcons, like NOLA. What's up?
Shout out Sheila and Dan.
Yeah. Sheila and Dan, what's up? We miss and love you guys, man.
Love you guys. Yeah.
Yeah, they're the ones that are like, hey, when you get up to Seattle, meet up with Matt and Jen.
100%. They were like Matt and Jen are the Dan and Sheila of Seattle.
Bro, yeah, and like we all wear it with a badge of honor, that's for sure. Then we all went to the championship 2 years now together with Dan and Sheila, and like they are so comfortable to be around. Like you can just be yourself, and you don't have to worry about judgment. I mean, they'll tell you if they don't like something, which I love. I'm trying not to say F-bomb every word.
Yeah.
But yeah, like some of the best humans in the world, man. And I'm so broken that the gold is not present.
Yeah, for real, same. It's very disappointing and like disappointing kind of what happened down there. New ownership comes in, they don't have the same love and pride that Tim Falcon and kind of everyone else there had, and they kind of just destroyed the program, which kind of sucks. Man,
Tim Falcon. Tim Falcon
I feel for him big time,
man. Okay, so like everybody wants to hate on these owners, right? Because they all wish they had the bank accounts they did. But the real talk is they're the biggest fans because they're actually putting their millions of dollars in doing it. Like they're investing in it in America, and they're not just talking about it. Like they're pulling out their wallets and they're making it happen.
Yeah, they're putting down their cards and they're like, do this.
Tim is such a huge fan. People don't even recognize it.
Yeah. I have a lot of respect for the owners around the league, at least the initial owners, because they did it for the love. They did it to grow and build something. And the guys who are still in it, who are, still doing the thing and, emptying their pockets to really keep this league going, the
only original owner that's left? There's only one original MLR invest owner, Big Dog.
Down here.
Yeah, he's here with Seattle.
Mm-hmm.
Adrian Belfour. Amazing. Only dog left, bro.
100%. That's why I have a lot of respect for Seattle and like kind of, how they've, stuck it out through all this stuff and even through like this next,
this wave that just happened.
You have 5 teams drop out, 3 of them are original teams, that's insane. And it's sad. It's sad.
I was going to say, like, you got more investment than any of us, right? I mean, you played, you lived it. Literally traveled like countless.
Yeah. And, to stick it out is first of all, insane. But like they're putting their money where their mouth is. And that's kind of why you got started in this in the first place. There was a 10-year window that they kind of had set, you know what I mean? And they kind of knew it was going to be, hard for 10 years straight.
Right.
You know what I mean? We're in year 8 now, or 9 at this point. And
we'll be going into 9, right?
Yeah, we'll be going into 9. And it's like, I get and I understand this whole restructuring that's going on, and it's for the league. It's for the league. It's to make sure it survives. You know what I mean? But I mean, I think there's also been a lot of really bad business decisions, on, the owner's parts of like, foreigners and kind of like all this other stuff.
Bro, say your piece. You've earned this.
The foreigners and, the huge stadiums for not the huge crowds, you know what I mean? And it's like trying to find these venues that, I know it's hard. It has to be hard,
Bro, it's hard because we've done like the tactics with the local high school. And if it wasn't, how about when you lived up here, just trying to find a pitch to run on or do your Broncos for qualifiers, right? Like we haven't talked about
Yeah.
that at all. But
Yeah.
yeah.
Don't even get me started
Oof,
on
oof,
that.
oof. Is that a point? Oof. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, they're doing the best that they know how or the best that they can. And
Yeah.
that's why I'm saying like I have a lot of respect for the owners and kind of, the position that they put themselves in for the league, but I think there was also just, a lot of things that could have been done a little bit different,
Do you have any examples as I eat this microphone?
I think, the amount of foreigners that were allowed in the league from, start of 2020, 2021 kind of, stunted the
Feel like
growth
it's
of,
saturated.
I think it stunted the growth of American rugby because
Mm.
they had the idea of bringing foreigners to grow American players to teach them to grow American rugby. When I think it kind of did the opposite, where you brought in the foreigners and then started getting hungry for championship, and then you're just trying to win championships, but you're completely overlooking American players. I love the college draft, but when you're recruiting players just to trade them for foreigner spots, are you really growing American rugby, or are you just trying to get people to win a championship?
Yeah.
I got traded from San Diego for a foreigner spot.
Oh, really?
At 21.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, that's why I got traded. San Diego called me. I was talking to the ownership, and they were like, "Yeah, we have this guy coming in. He's Nola offered a spot. Nola offered a foreigner spot for you, and we have this guy coming in. The way recruiting's going, it's British and Irish Lion. England player. Blah 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 blah. You can put the dots together, and
Really?
so they were like, it's either you stay here and you don't really play, or you go to NOLA and you play rugby.
That seems cut and dry to me. I hear you. Yeah.
And I did not want to leave San Diego. I would have spent my entire career in San Diego.
Yeah.
I was bought in. Broke my heart.
Oh, and the fans loved you.
Yeah,
I mean, honestly,
it broke my heart. Like I was 21. This was during COVID. I got the call during COVID, and they were like, "Yeah, it's either you stay here and don't play, or you go to NOLA and you play rugby, become a better rugby player." And I didn't want to go to NOLA.
No,
I didn't want to go to NOLA.
Okay,
NOLA was one of those places I didn't want to go. Like, out of all the teams in the MLR at that time, like that was probably the one place I didn't want to go.
I love that he gets to say it now.
Yeah,
because like if you would have asked him a year ago, he'd like,
yeah.
"Mum's the word, bro."
But
Not doing all that.
So it broke my heart, and I was pretty salty for a long time. Just because like I just felt like they blew smoke at my ass. Like they were like, "We want to develop you, we want to grow you as a player, we want to invest in you, we want you to stay here." Like,
who was the coach at that time?
At the time was Rob Hoadley.
Got
it. It was Rob Hoadley, Scott, and Zach.
Okay.
And yeah, it was just but I was young, and I think it was crazy because like I was a young American player who was developing, really growing through American rugby, was playing well. I'd played 25 games for San Diego at the time.
Great example of American rugby, because you didn't even mess with rugby until like what, a year and a half, 2 years prior to the MLR starting?
I started at like 17, like the second half of my senior year, and then I was pro at 19. Yeah. I made high school Americans after 6 months of rugby.
That still blows my mind, bro.
Yeah,
like
I was just
how can this guy be so athletic to pick up like and go with it? Unreal. Like that's a mark. That's a huge deal, man.
Yeah, thank you. I was just one of those guys who loved it and was crazy enough to fucking throw my body into some position, throw my body into things. You know what I mean? And that was the one thing I think I was kind of missing, was I wasn't a rugby player yet. I was an athlete. Hands down, right? But I was never really a rugby player. And I think I really started to develop into a rugby player probably in New Orleans. Probably 2022. I was playing some of the best rugby in my career.
Yeah, because you like I remember going down there in 22 and I think 23 as well. But anyways, I remember seeing you on the bulletins, like like
Mm-hmm.
the what do you call that when you walk? Not the roster, but that
They're like banners and
yeah, the banners
yeah,
all day,
billboards,
background stuff, but like
pamphlets.
thank you, the
Yeah.
pamphlets, the books, the magazine kind of things they give you. Like again, that's hence why I was calling you Hollywood. Like I'd always seen you up there, like, and when you approached me in 24 or whatnot during the season, and you run up to me and like start BSing with me, I'm like, I don't know who this guy is. I am totally BSing myself through this conversation. I'm treating him kindly as he deserves, but like, you cannot put a name with this guy. And then you're like, oh, I'm Devin. I'm like, great, bro. Like, I know, I know a lot of now that you know me. Like, you're like, let me show you my contacts. I got like 50 Devins, bro. Which one are you? You're
Yeah.
like, and I spelled it wrong the first time too, like a jerk. I felt so
You're not
bad.
the first person, probably not the last.
Right? But it was gold from there on, and yeah. Nola gold. Sorry. Right. So okay, so San Diego sends you on your way to NOLA for some guy from another country.
Yep.
You're now in New Orleans.
Yep. I'm 21.
Humid,
Get to New Orleans.
hot. It's the party city of one of the party cities of America, if not the party city of America. Next to Vegas, where he grew up. So, like, hey, like
my name's Devin. I like to party.
I'm not going to deny that statement right there.
He's a fun guy.
Yeah, fun guy. Yeah. Exactly.
As I was living in New Orleans, I definitely started to develop love for it because you get involved in the culture. You get involved, like it's one of the most cultural cities in the world. Like there's no city in the world like New Orleans.
They literally throw a party every weekend,
every single weekend.
Yeah.
They'll
find something
they'll throw a parade for whatever the fuck.
Dude, blows my mind. Like
it's insane.
It's one of the so outside looking in, it's like you're 21, you're going to the bayou. By the way, anybody that doesn't know, like there's a bacteria in the air down there that's just nowhere else in the country is like it. And I only say that because my cousin through marriage told me all about how her kids and everything adapted when they moved down there. And he's like, I didn't think about that. That makes sense. That there is like a smell in the air, if you will. I'm not sure how to word that, but like now you're going from sunny Cali with the breeze off the coast to like the bayou.
Oh yeah,
and which is very muddy and swampy and southern. I mean, the culture is beautiful. Can't say enough good about it, but it's different. Different.
It was a culture shock to say the least. It's just a lot of the homeless were like aggressive, bro. The like aggressive homeless, they smell bad,
tell me the story.
It all kind of just has like
tell me a story. You got one. Tell me a story.
So there was this one time I was walking Bourbon Street and it was like I don't even know if she was homeless or I think she may have been working for one of the bars or something because she had like a tray of the like little vial shots. And there was this couple that she was like trying to get to take a shot from her. And they just did not want it, man. They did not want it. So they were like just dodging her. Like she's following them down the road, all this stuff. And then
no is not an answer right now to her.
No is not an answer for her. And then they're like just trying to get away. And she like takes the tray and like throws it at them.
No.
Yeah. And like pushes the girl. And then all hell breaks loose. Like, she's trying to fight the guy. The guy's trying to hold her off. A security guard from one of the bars comes out and like picks her up and like takes her out. She's swinging at the security guard. It was just a crazy place, man. Like, I'd been down there like when there were shootings. Like one of my ex-girlfriend, one of her buddies got jumped, like pushed downstairs. They had to go to the hospital. Like it was just not a very like super safe place.
Especially Bourbon Street, bro, where everybody's like they're probably 3 or 4 drinks in minimum and they're crazies coming out, you know.
And it's like such an old city and I'm very much
in
like ghosts and like entities and like attachments and like stuff like that, and being a place that's so old and also kind of dark energy. There's just
Mhm.
like a dark hue of
I
like
don't think
energy around there, you know.
I don't
And
think I've ever told you, bro. Like both times that the two times that we've stayed with Dan and Sheila, like, or actually every time I go to New Orleans, it's more than just hanging out at their house. I have at least one nightmare when I'm there off of what you're just describing. It is weird, but it is reality.
100%,
Only
like,
place that ever happens to me.
yeah. And when you drink energetically, it drops your boundaries, it drops your energy, like it
Right.
drops your vibration. And when that happens, it's very easy for entities, attachments, ghosts to take over your body. That's why people black out so much down there, you know what I mean?
It
and
makes sense.
and you know, so
And we are a couple spiritual hippies, so don't
I'm a
judge us.
spiritual hippie, excuse
Yes.
me.
Yes.
And you know, and homeless, think about homeless, right? They're always just like, they're drinking drinks off the side of the road, and they're like,
Mm.
you know, they're probably not the, you know, most energetically clean people, and you know, that's why they get aggressive. And you know, I've seen homeless people chase people down Bourbon Street, and like kind of
Wow.
stuff like that. They're throwing things, and like, you know, it's just that it's a crazy, crazy city, man.
It is.
It's a crazy city.
It's fun to hear you tell the stories because I'm like, man,
Well, I lived there 3 years.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? And it's different when like you're enveloped in it.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
and it's the regular, right?
It's the regular,
Versus somebody like me that comes down for an extended weekend, if you will, and just like it's always show and pony kind of thing, where it's always like, because we've always had such a great time,
Yeah.
like never not a bad time. But I could see how it goes sideways all day.
Yeah. But I never really liked Bourbon Street. Bourbon Street wasn't really my stomping grounds. I really loved Frenchman Street. Frenchman
All
Street was
the
a little more,
music,
bro. The music was
yeah,
top tier. It was it was best music I've seen in the entire country. You know what I mean? Like, and it was every weekend, every day. Like
it just
every
doesn't
day
get
there
old.
was live bands. Every, like, all hours of the day and night. Like, it was so cool. And that's where I love to spend my time, you know? The music, and some of the craziest musicians I've ever seen. Like, musically talented people. And that was a every single game thing for me, you know what I mean, for 3 years. It was crazy. Um, yeah, that's one thing I do miss about New Orleans, was the music scene, the live music, the dancing. Like,
I love the second row, right?
second
Or
row.
is it called the second? Am I butchering it? I probably am butchering it. Second line. That's what it
I
is.
think
The
second
second
line, yeah.
line, where you come in with jazz hands and they got the brass playing
Mhm.
and such. And like, I remember last year we went down there, and a girl from The Office, her name was Erin. She's no longer with the Seawolves, but like, she got a couple friends together that lived in New Orleans and met us there. And so I got to like, all right, so see how they do this different than us, and they do like, it was so cool
Yeah.
to have somebody in the office that had never seen another game in another location,
Mhm.
and you could just see like the positive all day long. Like
100%.
the Gold put on a show different and better than so many others.
Yeah, that was one thing the Gold was really good about. It was like fan engagement.
Yeah,
The fans who were fans.
they
You know
were.
what I mean? And it was awesome, because that's what you need to grow a league. You need fans who are invested and bought in. You need it to be fun. You need them to feel wanted and included, and like they're really here to follow something, you know? And that was something that they were really good at, you know? You know, you had the second lines, you had the little like the halftime events, you know, you had, you know, the fireworks after games, you had,
Yeah, in the
the
shack.
party shack, you
Yeah,
know, you had the tailgates before the games, you know, the whole section that they would put on and have like live bands and, you
yeah,
know, food trucks and kind of stuff like that. It's awesome. You know, that's something that Seattle's really good about too.
yeah.
You know, Seattle's really good about
And the
having the food
tailgating
trucks and the tailgating
with like
like,
Mike and the boys, the South
100%.
Africans, right? A
Yeah.
lot of them. Mike's a Kiwi, so you know, not trying to hurt your feelings,
Shout
Mike.
out Mike.
Yeah, yeah. Mike
What a
Gibbs,
man.
right?
Mike Gibbs, bro.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. And that was, you know, that was something that I loved. That was one of the things I loved most about New Orleans, was the fans,
God.
and how like
some amazing fans, man.
Yeah,
Like
and
the
they,
first time we went down there, the
DJ
fans just
Lethem,
came out.
DJ Lethem, he was a huge Nola fan. He was, he was a good friend of mine. We would, do crawfish boils and, hang out. I'd go over there for like Thanksgiving and like holidays and
Bro.
kind of all this stuff. You know what I mean? He was amazing and, would always look out for me and stuff like that. So, and there's countless others, Country Kev, all these guys who like really just, back their word and like showed their love, you know what I
Yeah.
mean, instead of just talking about it,
Yeah.
so yeah, I have a lot of really good friends down there that I still stay in contact with, talk to them, not as much as I probably should, but
No,
still
but that's
reach out.
also because you're busy and
100%,
you're
yeah.
young, right? Like this is not you're aware, but like you get busy, you get caught up in your own stuff, and that's that. You know,
Yeah.
normal. I know. I know. I should be like giving a shout out to like every friend I have in New Orleans and every friend I have in San Diego, but this ain't about them. It's about you. So,
Yeah.
and then so like so now we got 3 in San Diego, we got 3 in New Orleans. Talk about total culture change. I mean, wow. Just
Did 3 crazy culture changes
and then Seattle,
yeah,
right? And then like you want to tell them a version of you want to put them, a PG version of why you left NOLA.
yeah. So I mean, I left NOLA just because there was just a disconnect, you know what I mean, there was a big disconnect, like
He's
the
good
whole
with his words.
the
He's
whole
so
time
good.
the whole time I was there, I kind of felt a disconnect. Like I
Yeah.
I was a player who, put my body on the line every single game. I put my body on the line every single game. I played 15 out of 16 games, 14 full 80s, would come out of games bleeding, and I still just didn't really feel like I had the respect of the locker room. You know what I mean? And like
That's a good way to put it. I really like that. Yeah.
and I just never really felt connected with the guys. And then, you know, there was bad decisions made, and at the end of the day, like I think that was the straw that broke the camel's back, and understandably, but I'm a man, I make mistakes, and I put my hand up and I take responsibility.
Right.
Never did anything to really, never did anything to hide, never did anything to, try to cover up. Like, put my hand up, said I'm sorry, and
Also, don't
that.
assume you know the whole story.
Yeah,
if you weren't there.
Yeah, if you weren't there and you've heard rumors, like, don't believe everything that you hear, because at the end of the day, things are twisted and people will say what they believe, even though they never even talked to me about it, and we've never heard anything that is the truth. And I think being a man and taking responsibility for your actions is the best thing that you could ever do.
100.
Man or woman or whatever, like, taking responsibility for your actions and putting your hand up and saying I'm sorry is the truth. But to twist things up and to make it sound worse than it is, and not, I'm a good guy. I know I'm a good guy.
Yeah,
I know that I'm a good player, and I know I deserve respect.
Yeah, and honestly, it's anything everybody wants. We just all want respect at the end of the day.
Actually, absolutely. And like, I feel like I earned my respect there. I did a lot of things that earned the respect of fans, of players, and I still didn't feel like I was getting the respect that I deserved. And did I fuck up? Absolutely. Did I take responsibility for it? Absolutely. But to play high school girl fucking talking drama shit, and then to continue to push points and to gossip and do all this stuff, and to basically exile someone from a team that he put blood, sweat, and tears into for years.
Yeah, he being him.
Yeah, he being me. That's not cool. So
no locker room should be divided.
Absolutely
Ever
not. And I realized that I wasn't accepted anymore, and so I took the power into my old hands and I requested a trade, because I deserve to be somewhere where I deserve to be somewhere where, one I enjoy. So I didn't really enjoy New Orleans. I didn't like living there.
No, and and from the sound of it, like, because we've chatted many times about this, obviously, is like, it didn't seem, from your storytelling, it didn't seem like you were ever comfortable. So like,
I was never.
It makes sense that the minute, especially in that situation, that presented itself, where you're just the guys are all just kind of cold shouldering you, say it nicely. Except for Doc, by the way.
Yeah, shout
out Doc. Thanks for knowing how men work.
That's big bro.
Yeah,
that's big bro for real.
Yeah, because Doc and I got the luxury of meeting Doc on Mother's Day. Got to hang out with his mom and dad down there. And thank you, Dan Sheila, again. And Doc is such a genuine human.
He is.
I couldn't say enough good about him.
He's a very good man.
I
signed to Seattle. I was talking to 5 teams through that trade process. Was talking to San Diego again. Was talking to Houston. A little bit to Utah. A little bit to Miami, and then Seattle. But Clarkey was the most keen. Was talking to him the most. I've always thought about playing for Seattle. It always interested in me, just because Pacific Northwest, it has the trees, it has the hiking, it has, they're a great team, one of the original teams, and it's kind of always tickled my fancy, so ended up signing with Seattle.
Love rugby? So does Matt. He is host of the Rugby 100 Club podcast, where Major League Rugby stars tell their stories. But it's more than a podcast, it's a passport. Rugby 100 Club builds epic fan trips to follow your team on the road. Game day tickets included. Tailgates and fan meetups? You bet. Unforgettable memories every single time. Rugby 100 Club, where fandom meets the road.
Ended up signing with Seattle, and then signed with them in August, and was like, hell yeah. Getting ready to move, doing all this stuff. And then come November of 2023, I was trying to train. Yeah, I was trying to train, get ready to come up here, and just was not having it. I was losing a bunch of weight, all this stuff, and didn't know what was going on. And so I ended up going to the doctor, and turned out I had Graves' disease, which was an autoimmune disease. And they were
it's on the thyroid, correct?
It's on the thyroid, yeah. It's a hyperthyroid condition. So my thyroid was producing too much hormones, and it was basically those hormones were attacking my body.
Right.
And I went to the doctors, and they were like, man, I'm glad you came, because this is bad. It was bad. They were like, we don't want you doing anything more than a walk. I had lost probably 30 pounds. I lost 30 pounds. Couldn't get through a warm up of my workout without almost passing out. And I was like, fuck, how am I supposed to go play rugby in a month?
Right.
Literally in a month. So, that benched me. And that was a big turning point, because I was like, fuck.
That must be a punch in the gut, bro.
It was, because I was like, what am I going to do? I've done nothing but rugby for the last 6 years. Done rugby for 6 years straight.
It's different when it's forced on you.
Haven't worked in a normal job ever. What am I going to do? They told me I was going to be a year and a half out of rugby. And I was like, there's no way that's happening. So, we took all the precautions that they told us to do. I got on some meds, and I really started to focus on my health. Did a big detox, cleanse, gut health. My mom's a nurse practitioner, mainly focusing on holistic kind of medicine, kind of stuff like that. And so I was just working with her and a couple of her, friends who are in the field as well. And really just locked in. And during the time I started to, game plan and build my tackle academy. It's called Validus Tackle Academy. I started to build it a bit. I was working with elementary, middle school kids in Logandale, Nevada, where my parents were living, and just going to schools and teaching clinics and, just spreading the word of rugby, like just, just teaching them just rugby 101 classes and then just putting on little clinics during PE classes and stuff like that.
It's crazy. You get this autoimmune disease and you're still pushing, bro. You're still grinding. You're still in rugby, right?
100%. Yeah. Cause I love the game. I love the message that it has. I love what it stands for. I love what rugby can do to communities and bring people together and have a good time with respect and honor. It's not like football where it's all ego and I have to hate the other team in order to play them and fans are fighting in the stands and like all this stuff. Like, no, like there's no space for that.
Yeah.
Stay positive, keep positive energy and build something that's beautiful rather than derived from hate. You know what I mean? That's no fun.
Yeah. No, it's definitely something that draws us both into this sport.
100%.
And the community. I think you and I are just obviously the sport, hence you played your most of your all your adult life.
Yeah.
But then there's the whole like the afterwards, after you're an assassin on the pitch and after you handed somebody whatever you could, and to be kind is just so so foreign to Americans in general.
Yeah. But
not that we're all asses or anything like that. I didn't mean that, but like, it's just like, oh, hey, wait a minute. We get to go like have a little barbecue afterwards and socialize and not like stay to our teammates, and we can actually go interact with others and coaches and huge.
It's huge. And it's not like anything America's ever seen. You know what I mean? I think Americans would love rugby. I think they would absolutely love rugby if they just took
facts.
If they just took 5-6 games to really like learn the rules, sit with someone who knows rugby, and just understand the frameworks of it. You know what I mean? And just really,
it's not that far fetched.
It's really not.
No, I mean, like it's actually simpler. I think there's 21 or 22 laws, as they call them, not rules.
Yeah.
And it's about how it's about the comprehension of those rules or laws. Excuse me. Yeah.
Yeah. But that was what always drew me to the game anyways, was the culture and the like socials and, being able to be like friends with other guys on teams and like build those friendships and those networks and kind of stuff like that. That was what always brought me to the game. Plus I didn't have to wear pads to be able to hit someone.
Right.
I got to run the ball and like,
no bubble wrap,
and yeah, I don't know. That was what just brought me to the game. But yeah, when I was doing those clinics and everything like that, it was fulfilling. And, I was just trying to make the best of my situation, because I was like, I can't play rugby. So what else can I do to stay involved in rugby, but do something that still like fulfills me,
Yeah.
And,
I'm glad you did it.
Yeah, me too. I'm glad I did as well. I'm kind of sad that like after moving, I haven't done anything else out there. You know what I mean? I kind of left the kids hanging. They
out in Vegas.
Yeah, out in Logandale, because they, my mom moved from Logandale,
right?
So she no longer lives there, and she's living in Vegas now. So even when I go home, I'm not out there in that community or anything like that. But I think it's just about exposing kids to that. You know what I mean? Exposing kids to rugby. Now they know what rugby is. They can say, "Oh, I played rugby in my PE class. We have flags and rugby balls because we donated, rugby balls to the kids as well." And through, Imagine Rugby and everything that they're doing.
I was wondering if you're going to go there. That's why I was like, plug.
Imagine Rugby is doing amazing work.
Nice job, Michael.
Yeah, Mikey Teo, he's fucking killing it. I'm still involved with Imagine Rugby as well.
Yep.
I'm kind of the Pacific Northwest ambassador to go into the PE classes and go do that kind of stuff whenever they need. And yeah.
Love rugby? So does Matt. He is host of the Rugby 100 Club podcast, where Major League Rugby stars tell their stories. But it's more than a podcast, it's a passport. Rugby 100 Club builds epic fan trips to follow your team on the road. Game day tickets? Included. Tailgates and fan meetups? You bet. Unforgettable memories every single time. Rugby 100 Club, where fandom meets the road.
yeah, I want to continue building my program as well. You know, I want to get that kind of going again. I want to start working with football programs. I did some clinics down here in Bonnie Lake with you. We were working with Bonnie Lake High School.
Thank you, Javid.
Shout out Javid.
Javid Shoemaker is the head coach, and he is the man. He has really brought that group together, and he is like, he flirts with rugby. He likes rugby. He wants his boys to have you got to tell your story. Like, he wanted you to come in, not just to coach and help him with the tactics of it all, but like, he wanted you to tell your story and such to the boys, and like, you know, hey guys, listen, this is what it takes to be a professional athlete.
Yeah. So him and Bonnie Lake High Schoolers, definitely they were my first high school that I got to work with, you know, football program.
2 years in a row now.
Yeah, 2 years in a row. So I'm working on, you know, other schools. I want to keep building. I want to keep, you know, teaching, you know, tackle tactics, and, you know, get those programs together and really start to teach football players, you know, the correct way to tackle, be safer, more effective, but more dominant, you know. So that's a work in progress right now. So that's kind of the next step of kind of what I'm doing, as well as the fire department. You know, but
a couple irons in the fire, man.
Yeah. Got to keep everything open. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's like a big web right now. Yeah.
But now, so after doing all that down in Logandale and stuff, I ended up making it back from the autoimmune disease 4 months. So I was diagnosed in November, and then season started January, and I made it back to play the end of the 2024 season in May.
It was May,
because I played the last 4 games of the season.
Okay, yeah, and that makes sense.
Yeah, so came back, played the last 4
games,
and
went to the championship,
and then broke my hand
during the championship,
during the conference
was
semifinals.
That the Western? Yeah, the
Western Conference semifinals. Broke it against San Diego.
It was San Diego.
So that was a good little welcome back.
Yeah, because we had the last game against San Diego, and then the first game of the playoffs back-to-back San Diego. There and then here.
Yep. So
and your team that you started with, so like that must have been like emotional in general.
Yeah, it was wild. It was fun beating them in the semifinal to go to the championship in San Diego. because
there is nothing better than when Seattle goes, San Diego, get out of the playoffs. Bye.
It happens often.
It does, like, more often than not.
But it was.
And then they get to the championship against Seattle, and dun dun dun. You know. Yeah.
So broke my hand against San Diego in the conference semifinal. 10 minutes in the game, played 60 minutes with it.
Bro,
broken.
And we've looked over that. Man, we've looked over that footage, like, in your hand, like you can see your hand get hit, and you're just immediately pulling it in.
Make another tackle.
And make another tackle. Yeah, exactly. Like, this guy's a killer, bro.
No, 100%. I'm a little crazy, but it comes to the territory. You have to be a flanker, man.
I don't know why my circle is just so many of you fucking flankers. I swear to you're back rowers in general.
100%.
Back rowers. I don't know what it is with you killers, and that we all like seem to like be magnetized to each other in a sense, but like super respected. Like, man, like you're in that scrum. I'm trying not to say my 4-letter words again, but like you're in that scrum, like you're watching it develop, and you're like, oh, I want it. Go.
Breakfast.
I can only imagine. It's like, can I release? Because you're like the only player other than the 8, the flankers and the 8-man are the only guys that can release and just go get them. Mm-hmm. Everybody else is like literally locked in place,
Yeah, man.
Yeah, they're the assassins. That's what I like to call them. They're the
Yeah, I've had a great time here in Seattle. I love Seattle. It's the end of an era for sure. It's still processing it, still trying to figure out how I feel about it,
Bro, I'm 49. I'm still trying to figure out what I'm going to be when I grow up too.
There's some pride behind my career. There's some disappointment behind my career.
That sounds healthy.
I, just trying to really just, iron out how I feel about it all. Trying to find closure in that, I've been battling the retirement post. Yeah. So I've been battling that a little bit, just trying to figure out when I want to do it, figure out how I want to do it.
Well, Chance just did it, right?
Yeah,
like
Chance just did it. You know,
I know that
giving him
killed him.
Yeah, giving him his spotlight a bit.
He leaves next Wednesday, bro.
It.
Less than a week from now.
Is it next Wednesday?
Yeah, dude. I just was on the phone because we're trying to get everybody over.
I
here.
hope not. I'm being Vegas.
No, I'm telling you, like he's out, bro. I was trying to get him his ass down here with Pago. I just want to watch those two bounce off each other because they've been playing together so long, and they're just funny.
Chance is my boy, man. He's like my best friend down here.
He's such a good human.
It's really gutting that he's leaving. Honestly, I'm really gonna miss him. He's been one of those like rocks. Like he was.
I'm surprised he's leaving because he fits in so well up here in the PNW.
Well, when you have individuals who don't really prioritize or honor, a solidified side, it's hard to do that. You know what I mean? Like
hurt. Oh, I love what you're saying without saying it. That's so good.
Like,
yeah,
it's it takes more than foreigners to.
There we are again.
To build a winning side when America has the ability and the people to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah. But you still look to others. You still look to the foreign spots. You still look to that stuff, and that's disappointing. It really is. Like, back your boys.
Yeah.
Give people shots. Give them the playing time that they deserve. And let the boys cook, man. Like,
yeah.
Let the boys cook.
So this last season, how it's all changed. Do you want to put in any opinion on the contracts that have changed? Because I'm just going to say contracts have changed. They've cut things down, not cut things up. If you know,
it's made things not worth it, and it's
hurt,
and it's making a lot of people retire. It's making a lot of people step away from the game.
More retirement posts this season than ever before.
Yep.
Too many people that we both know.
Mm-hmm.
It's heartbreaking. I'm low key trying not to get wet in the eyes right now with you because we know what we're talking about.
That's the only reason I'm retiring. Well, not the only reason, but it's a big reason why. It's just not worth it anymore. And it sucks because
you thought the pay was rough before. Now it's even worse.
Yeah.
Politely said.
It's not livable.
No.
It's not. It's not worth it. And
the guys are all going to have to pay somewhere else other than America to make ends meet.
Yeah.
Like Sammy Montega, right?
Yeah.
Great example. He's like, I mean, don't get me wrong. They want to come back, but the means are not here, unfortunately.
You can't do it. It's impossible. 100%.
So, all right. So we're going to send off. Who would you like to thank across for helping you in your rugby journey? You know how that's how we got to end this every time, man. You got to shout out to somebody, if not more.
Yeah. I want to huge shout out to Coach Leonard Nell. He was my high school rugby coach. He got me into rugby. He was the guy who really fostered it, helped me out, gave me opportunities. He was the one taking me to, he took me to my first era camp out in
with Salty
Orange County. Yeah. My first ever era camp. He signed us up for it. And then, just, solidified that love of rugby for me when I was in high school. So shout out Coach Leonard. Of course, my mother. My mom's been my rock through this entire thing.
Yes, sir.
She's been the most supportive person I think anybody could have ever asked for. Driving me to, Orange County for era camps every weekend for, 2 months.
From Vegas, guys.
Yeah, from Vegas to Orange County, like every Sunday for one of these camps.
How far of a drive is that for perspective?
It's like 5 hours.
Yeah, I was going to say, it's like 4.5, 5 hours.
One way.
Yeah, one direction.
We would drive it one way. We would
Mom's a gangstress, dude. Like real talk.
5 a.m.
She's dedicated.
Yeah, we'd leave 5 a.m. We'd get there for practice. I would practice. We'd hit the beach for a sec, and then we'd turn around and drive our asses back. Yeah. And then just coming to all of my away games.
I see her so well.
Yeah. Coming to my away games, from Vegas all the time, just doing everything that she can to show up with her cowbell. you know, coming to New Orleans, coming to San Diego, coming to Seattle, like all of it. My mom's my rider, and I have so much love and respect for that woman and appreciation. So shout out my mom. You know, shout out to all my people that I've met through, you know, this journey. You know, everyone who's, you know, opened their doors for me and given me work when I needed some money, or, you know, just giving me some food, invited me for dinner. Like, there's been so many of those people that through my career really shown up for me and shown love and, you know, all that stuff. It's been great. And then just shout out to all my friends that I've made along the way, and all my boys that we've spilled blood on the field together. You know, it's been a hell of a career.
Right.
It's been one of those things.
It's been a lifetime.
It's been a whole era, man.
Yeah.
And like, I feel myself getting a little emotional, but it's just like,
as you should. You've earned it.
It's crazy. It's one of those things that, you know, it's been my identity for 8 years, 9 years. It's been who I am. It's Devin, the rugby player.
That's where playing uncle over here, bro. Like, I worry about you, nephew, because like
that's who I've been. So now it's the evolution.
It is.
It's a beautiful thing, because at the end of the day, it's who I am and it's who I've been. But it's not what defines me. I will find my next way.
Oh, you're an onion, bro. You got so many layers. Yeah, you don't even know what you're capable of yet.
Yeah, it's gonna be good. It's gonna be good. Excited to see what's next. Appreciate you. Namaste.
We already know, Pimp. We already know. You don't have to say shit.
But thank you to everyone. Thank you for the support. I've had so much love through my career, and
it's been fun to hear all your stories, by the way. Yeah. Like, to hear about these people, because there's some amazing humans. There's some amazing fans, you know,
100%,
that have contributed towards this and made shit happen and moved mountains for you. And you know what? I hear you. I see you. I'm caught up in the emotion a little bit myself right now, to be honest with you. So we're going to get off of this. My shout out for people along my rugby journey.
Your journey ain't over, brother.
Never. Well, and yours isn't either. Cause
never will be.
I got you, bro. I got you. So like, you know what? Here's a curveball. Samu Manoa. I'm going to throw it out to Samu, bro. Cause like, him and I took out his family the other day, and I told you, right? Like, and how like we were going to go to this, what's called Fantasy Lights, right? So it's all these decorations. You drive 2.5+ miles through this park, and it was closed. The weather wasn't working. It was closed. If anybody's ever kept track of me, Samu and I have tried to do 3, not 1, not 2, 3 different interviews now with him involved. And the audio always goes to the wayside. It always fails. It's totally nothing that I've done, right? It's just, electronics are great when they work, right? Just everybody's had their problems with their phones. Well, computers, everything else. Well, that's how we do this, right? Through phones and computers. And I just started laughing when we came around the turn and it was closed, because I was like, bro, we can't hang out anymore. Like, you're telling this major 40-year-old like legend of rugby, of the world, not just America, right? Just the world. I'm like, bro, I can't mess with you no more. Like, we can't hang out, bro. Like, and I'm with him, bro, and we can't hang out anymore, bro. Like, everything goes to dirt when we hang out. And so, like, you know, I'll say, just like all the people that we've spoke about before, that we give the recognition to our rugby journey, is thanks for not quitting on me, bro. Like, I told him that night too, of course, because I'm that sensitive cat, but like, thank you. And thank you. Right. So like, thank you for not quitting on me too. Like, because you were there. That was your first podcast with me, if I remember right. Like, nothing went right. We had a great time. None of it was recorded well, but we had a great time.
I'm just here for the vibes, brother.
Exactly. I'm just here so I don't get fined. But yeah, no, thanks for watching, everybody. And stay tuned, you know, for future episodes, because this is not the end. This is just the beginning.
This is not the end of Devin Short.
No. You're going to see him in another platform soon.
You'll still see me around. Stay tuned. Love y'all. Love every single one of you. Love all of my people. You know, stay positive, keep moving forward, and let's have a good time.
Heard. Thank you, nephew. Appreciate your time.
Appreciate you.
Love rugby? So does Matt. He is host of the Rugby 100 Club podcast, where Major League Rugby stars tell their stories. But it's more than a podcast, it's a passport. Rugby 100 Club builds epic fan trips to follow your team on the road. Game day tickets included. Tailgates and fan meetups? You bet. Unforgettable memories every single time. Rugby 100 Club, where fandom meets the road.